Hey there. We are on day 124, I believe. Yep, 124. We're through the New Testament in 1 year. Today we are finishing Luke chapter 22. It was a 3 day, very long chapter, but a lot happens in this chapter. So let's finish it. Here we go. Remember, they had just had the Last Supper, and they went back up to pray in the Mount of Olives, and he went away and prayed privately, came back from sleep twice. Okay. And now the betrayal comes. So here we go. While he was still speaking, there came a crowd, and the man called Judas, one of the 12, was leading them. He drew near to Jesus to kiss him, but Jesus said to him, Judas, would you betray the Son of Man with a kiss? And when those who were around him saw what would follow, they said, Lord, shall we strike with the sword? And one of them struck the servant, one of the high priests, and cut off his right ear. But Jesus said, no more of this. And he touched his ear and healed him. We'll talk about that. It's a very important reason for that, right? Then Jesus said to the chief priests and officers of the temple, others who had come out against him, have you come out against a robber with swords and clubs? When I was with you day after day in the temple, you did not lay hands on me. But this is your hour and the power of darkness. Okay, so they arrested him. Peter then asked Jesus. Then they seized him and led him away, bringing him into the high priest's house. And Peter was following at a distance. And when they had kindled a fire in the middle of the courtyard and sat down together, Peter sat down among them. Then a servant girl, seeing him as he sat in the light, and looking closely at him, said, this man was also with him. But he denied it, saying, woman, I do not know him. 1. And a little later, someone else said to him, you are also one of them. But Peter said, man, I am not. 2. After an interval of about an hour, still another insisted, saying, certainly this man was also with him, for he too is Galilean. But Peter said, man, I did not know what you were talking about. 3. And immediately, while he was still speaking, the rooster crowed. And the Lord turned and looked at Peter. Wow. And Peter remembered the saying of the Lord, how he had said to him, before the rooster crows today, you will deny me 3 times. And he went out and wept bitterly. Right. Of course, it doesn't say in this one, but all the other men scattered. Okay, they ran away, just like Jesus said they would run away, and they ran away. Jesus is mocked. Now the men who were holding Jesus in custody were mocking him as they beat him. They also blindfolded him and commanded him, prophesy, who is it that struck you? And they said many other things against him, blaspheming him. That'll come back to bite him, right? Jesus before the council. When day came, the assembly of the elders of the people gathered together, both chief priests and scribes, and they led him away to their council. And they said, if you are the Christ, tell us. But he said to them, if I tell you, you will not believe. And if I ask you, you will not answer. But from now on, the Son of Man shall be seated at the right hand of the power of God. So they all said, are you the Son of God then? And he said to them, you say that I am. And they said, without further testimony, what further testimony do we need? We have heard it ourselves from his own lips. Right. So there you go. That's chapter 22. Lots of stuff happening. Okay. Oh, and tomorrow we're doing 23, Jesus before Pilate. Right. Now we said we'd talk about this a little bit. Okay. One of the apostles struck the servant, the high priest, and cut off his right ear. Jesus said, no more of this. He touched his ear and healed him. Okay. Now, coming against the high priest's, one of the high priest's guards, is a capital offense. Okay. You will get killed for that. You will be stoned for that. Right. Jesus took care of that. Right. He healed him. So there was no evidence. Okay. No evidence of his wrongdoing. Okay, that was important. That there be he cut off my ear. Well, your ear is fine. Okay, why should we stone him? I don't see a cut off ear. Okay. Very first, Jesus took away all the evidence, right? stick away all the evidence against us. All right. So there you go. That is day 124, Luke 22 and 23. And when we finish, how many chapters are in Luke? Do you know? Let's see. We will go. Luke. Oh, 24. So there's only 2 more chapters. Then we get to start John. So there you go. That's day 124. Luke chapter 22. That's 23 and 24. There's probably 3 or 4 days left. Right? Then we'll be done with Luke. That's 3 books of the books of the New Testament. Taking a whole year to do these. So there you go. Catch up on any you may have missed. They're all down there. And tomorrow we'll do it again. See ya.